Welcome. My name is Dreyer, and this is the first of 3 introductory videos on Acutouch. The 3 videos I'm going to have for the introduction is the first one, this one, is on theory. And then the second video will be on preparation, how to prepare yourself to do Acutouch. And then the third video is the first 2 important points to learn to begin doing Acutouch. And then I will create other videos that you can snap on to these as a kind of a modular sort of thing where you can do the first 2 points and then, okay, I'm depressed. What points are good for depression? I'll share those with you. And then, or I'm having an anxiety attack. Where are good points for that? Or I'm sad and grieving. Or I have PTSD and sometimes it gets the better of me. What do I do when I have, a reaction to something that has to do with trauma from the past? I'll share these things with you, and you can add the little videos together in a modular sort of way. So, what's the difference between acupuncture, acupressure, acutouch? They're all in the world of acu-technology, but they are different. Acupuncture, they're sticking a needle somewhere on the body and inserting it in a safe spot that's an acupoint to create health, healing, to shift the body towards being more balanced. And you have to be really trained to do that. It's like you have to go to school, spend lots of money, and it's not something that the average person was going to do. But the average person can take advantage of that technology by finding an acupuncturist and going to them when they have some serious problems. And acupressure? Well, acupressure is using the same points, the same meridians, except they're massaging and rubbing or tapping points. And it's effective too, but you don't have to have as exacting of instruction because you're not inserting anything in the body. You're just rubbing muscles and tissue and working the body that way. And then the third, the least invasive, is Acutouch. You're just touching 2 points at the same time on the body to run energy. It's very relaxing. It can be very meditative. I actually consider it a meditation. So the first theory to understand is our body's a bag of salt water with some electricity running through it. It's not very glamorous. But it's a useful way of looking at ourselves in this scenario. Salt water is a great conductor of electricity. You stick 2 live wires in a pool of salt water, you get a current. Which is good to know because you don't want to be swimming in salt water if there's electrical wire dangling in it from an earthquake or whatever. You got to learn to protect yourself. But this sort of knowledge can be quite helpful in the Acutouch world. If you hold 2 points long enough, you got energy running throughout the body, you get a current between them, just like in a pool of salt water. So that's why we hold dual points. Not only are we working with specific points, but we're clearing any blockages between them. And that way the chi will flow as it should in the body. We're just clearing blockages. We're not doing anything weird to our energy besides getting rid of the traffic jams. Not only are we getting rid of the traffic jams, but to understand when it's happening isn't ooky spooky. You don't have to see auras. It's a tactile thing. You can feel when it's happening because the body will start pulsating, and will pulsate in the 2 points at the same rhythm. And when they're pulsating at the same rhythm, you know you have a flow of chi between the points. You've cleared out the blockages. And if you feel one point and not the other, or you feel both of them but they're at the same different rhythms, this is difficult to do. It's like patting your head and your belly, rubbing your belly at the same time. But if they're not synced up, you don't have a clear flow of chi. It's pretty simple. And when you can feel them pulsating, like feeling a pulse, you know, from the blood vessels and in your body, I'm feeling a pulse right now. It's like that. Because when our body relaxes and things move, it wants to pulsate. And it's through tension and stress that we tighten up and things don't pulsate and then we get ill. And there's two important differences between chi and electricity to know about. There's a lot of similarities between them, and I'm not going to get into that. But these two differences are differences that's good for you to know so you can be more efficient. One is, insulators to electricity are not insulators to chi, which means glass, rubber, clothing, a cast. If someone's got a broken leg or something and they're wearing a cast, that's going to inhibit electricity, but it's not going to inhibit chi. You can do Acutouch through clothing, through glass, through casts. That's great to know, because you don't have to strip down to do this. You can do it at a movie theater, or if you're not feeling good in public, you can still hold points. Okay? And the second important difference is you flip a light switch and you get light instantaneously. Electricity probably travels, if not the speed of light, pretty close to it. Whereas chi, well, chi is a little different. You're lucky if it goes fast. But, you know, if things are clogged up and the works and you're trying to get things moving, it can be like trying to get molasses to move. And it can move at that pace, which means you hold a point, just don't hold it and go, okay, nothing happened, let's go. We're not going to work with this stuff anymore. No, no, no. You actually need to hold the points for a while. And experiment. Hold one hand below the belly button, another on the chest, or you got a sore shoulder, your shoulder, or you got a headache, head point. Or you're in bed and you can't get to sleep. Hold these points. I'm not giving you any specific points to hold. I'm just suggesting hold two areas in the body and do it for 10 minutes. See what happens. You know, you can do this while you're watching a movie, or listening to music, or talking to someone. Doesn't matter, as long as it's kind of a mellow situation. You want a lot of violence in a movie while you're trying to do energy work, or you don't want to be in an argument with someone while you're trying to do energy work. That would be counterproductive. But holding the points, I've talked to people who do Acutouch, and they tell me, oh yeah, when I first started I would play a movie and hold points, and that's how I do my session on myself. And then after a while, just holding the points, and it's a meditation, so holding the points was just something that they were satisfied without getting bored after a while. But be distracted somewhat when you do this, and it'll make it go easier. Okay? So, that's the theory. We got theory, preparation, and the first 2 points are the first 3 videos I'm going to make. There's acupressure, acupuncture, and acutouch. Acutouch doesn't get talked about very much. It's usually the school's specific name that gets used, or it'll get categorized under acupressure. Some schools will do that, but other people will just go, oh, it's acutouch. There's, you know, because we're just touching. So if you go look up acutouch, you might have a hard time finding books on it because it's a category, and that's just something to know. Okay, so then the body's salt water, which is a good conductor of chi and electricity. You hold 2 points, you hold them long enough, you get a current, you can feel it through the pulsation. And the two differences between chi and electricity are, number 1, insulators to electricity are not insulators to chi, right? And number 2, electricity is fast and chi can be like molasses in its speed, so don't be in a rush when you do this. All right, enjoy, play around, and I'll see you in the next video.